everyone, welcome back to Living History with Casey Simpson. I'm your host Casey, and this is episode 10. Can you believe we've made it this far? If you're new here, this is the podcast where I get to sit down with some of the coolest people, and not just the ones who are alive today. We don't have that kind of chronological snobbery. Last week, I had the wildest chat with Thomas Jefferson. I don't even know what I think about it. I'm still contemplating it. He kept talking about liberty, and then got all perplexed when I asked him about Wi-Fi. No. Anyway, because today we got someone completely different. Our guest is Humphrey Bogart, the tough guy actor from old movies like Casablanca, The Maltese Falcon. If your parents were born before 1970, or your grandparents, there's a 100% chance they know who he is. He became one of the biggest stars in Hollywood back in the 40s and 50s. People called him Bogey, and he had this cool, gravelly voice and a face that looked like it had been places. He wasn't just an actor, though. He lived a life full of ups and downs, with 4 marriages, a love for whiskey, and a reputation for saying exactly what he thought. I'm excited to get to hear his story straight from him. So, here's Humphrey Bogart. Hello, Bogey. Thanks for coming on the show. I've seen your movies, and you're always so intense. What's it like being Humphrey Bogart? The whole world's about 3 drinks behind. Glad to be here, kid. You want to know what it's like being me? Sit tight. It's a bumpy ride, and I ain't sugarcoating it. Excellent. Tell us everything. I'll start with the easy part. I was born on Christmas Day, 1899. Sounds nice, right? Nah. My folks, Belmont and Maud, weren't the warm and fuzzy type. Dad was a surgeon, Mom was an artist, and they fought like cats and dogs. I grew up in a big house with cold rooms and colder people. They shipped me off to fancy schools hoping I'd turn into some proper gentleman. Didn't work. I got kicked out of Phillips Academy, flunked out, really. And that's when I said, to hell with it, and joined the Navy in 1918. World War I was winding down, but I still got this scar on my lip. Some say it's from a fight, some say shrapnel. I'll let them guess. Makes me look tougher, don't it? But you didn't bring me here to talk about school or scars. You want to know the real stuff. My life, my mess. Fine. Let's talk about the women and the whiskey. See, I've been married 4 times, and each one was like a movie. Some were comedies, some were tragedies, and they all had a hell of a plot twist. First up was Helen Menken, 1926. I was 26, trying to make it as an actor on Broadway. She was a stage star, all fiery and dramatic. We lasted a year. It was like 2 bulls in a china shop. Crash, bang, done. I didn't know what love was back then. Just thought it was something you did to feel grown up. Then came Mary Phillips, 1928, another actress. Sweet girl, tough as nails. We were together longer, almost 10 years. But I was starting to get big in Hollywood, and she stayed in New York. Distance kills things slow, and by then I'd found my real mistress, the bottle. I'd sit up nights with a glass of scotch, thinking it'd fix the holes in me. Spoiler, kid, it didn't. Here's where it gets wild. Number 3, Mayo Method, 1938. They called her Sluggy, 'cause she'd slug you if you crossed her. Me, I crossed her plenty. We were the battling Bogarts, fight so loud the neighbors knew the script. She drank as hard as I did, maybe harder. One night she threw a bottle at my head, missed by an inch. Another time she stabbed me with a kitchen knife, caught my arm, not my heart, thankfully. I'd laugh it off, say the trouble with the world is that it's always someone else's fault, but deep down, I knew we were poisoned together. The drinking got worse. Whiskey for breakfast, gin for lunch. I'd stumble onto sets half crocked, but still nail my lines. People thought it was part of the charm. Then boom, everything changed. 1944. I'm shooting To Have and Have Not, playing this grizzled boat captain, and in walks this kid, Lauren Bacall. She's 19, I'm 44. I'm thinking, what's this dame doing here? She's got these eyes that could stop a train, and a voice like velvet. First day she's shaking, nervous as hell, but she looks at me and says, "You know how to whistle, don't you, Steve? You just put your lips together and blow." Think you know what some of the innuendo was in that famous line? Well, it hit me like a freight train. I was still married to Mayo, but I knew right then that marriage was done for. Mayo saw it coming. She'd scream, "You're throwing me over for that skinny little tramp?" I couldn't argue. By 45, I divorced Mayo and married Betty. That's what I called my dear Bacall. Best thing I ever did. She wasn't just some fling, she got me. She'd pour my drinks, but tell me when to stop. We had 2 kids, Stephen and Leslie, and for the first time I thought, maybe I don't need to drown myself to feel alive. But here's the bomb, kid, the big one. I spent years acting tough, talking tough, drinking tough, but it was all a front. I said once, I'm not a tough guy. I'm a scared guy who's been lucky, and that's the truth. Every marriage, every fight, every bottle, I was running from something. Failure, maybe. Or just myself. With Helen, I was too young to know better. With Mary, I was too stubborn to make it work. With Mayo, I damn near killed us both, and the drinking, it wasn't fun. It was a cage. I'd wake up shaking, promising I'd quit, and then pour another by noon. The climax of it all hit me after Betty. See, I'm famous now, Casablanca and everything. Here's looking at you, kid, all that jazz. But I'm sick. 1956 rolls around and the docs say it's cancer. Esophagus, from the smokes and the booze. And I'm lying there, wasting away. And Betty's holding my hand. I tell her I should have kicked the habit years ago, but I didn't have the guts. That's the real kicker. I played heroes, but I couldn't save myself. But here's the end of it, kid, the resolution. I don't regret it all. I lived hard, loved hard, messed up plenty. I said once, the only point in making money is so you can tell some big shot where to go. And I did that. With Betty, I found something real. Something that outlasted the fights or the hangovers. When I died in 57, I was 57. I left behind a family. Not just a legend. And that's what matters. So yeah, that's me. Humphrey Bogart. A scared guy who got lucky. Stumbled through 4 marriages. Wrestled the bottle and came out the other side. Life's a hell of a picture, ain't it? Wow. That was intense. I feel like I just watched one of your movies, but it was your life. Thanks for sharing that with us. I get now why you're such a hard-boiled legend. You're like a Mickey Spillane character with heart. Acting is like living. It's only good when it's real. Glad you liked the show, kid. Yeah. All right, everyone, that's it for episode 10 of Living History. Thanks for watching. This episode is possible thanks to our generous patrons, Lilian, Rosas, Sastrè, Bob Pflugfelder, Eric, Guy Natta, the mononymous Eric, of course, Guy Natta, and Matt Gillespie. Thank you all for being part of this incredible journey where we're all learning so much. If you want to be part of the mission, join at the link in the description. If not, see you next week.